What's up, everybody? Ben Rassi here for Odd Shopper, bringing you a little live golf action. The Farmers Insurance Open is underway because we had that crazy Wednesday start. So let's talk about a little round two Thursday action here, January 26th. We're going to dive into some quick plays. The rounds get underway out in California, but before they do, there's still opportunities, particularly over on No House Advantage, to see if we can take advantage of what's going on out there. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard, whether it's betting, NHA, everything in between, free content at Odd Shopper. We hope you like it. We hope you subscribe, and we hope you join the community. But let's dive in to what we're doing here. I'm going to build a three-legger, see if we can cash this ticket and add some money to the bankroll. Here we go. I got it on the screen already. You see what we're looking at, different stats in the second round. We're going to talk about what's up at No House Advantage in a bit. But let me put my first play on the board before I do. Going to Brendan Steele. He is playing, like all my golfers, or all the golfers that we can choose from, the South Course today. And I'm going to go under 2.5 birdies. Now, I will say, shout out to No House Advantage for making this. I mean, I wish they didn't make it as big of a challenge. They did shade for what I'm going to talk about with the impending weather. But I still think that we can look and correlate potentially what these players might face. And what I did was I really looked for guys that if it's crazy windy, can they get up and down? Can they hit these green complexes? Can they save par? Can they, in this case, roll it in on the par fives for birdies? And I think a guy like Brendan Steele would be much better suited in calmer conditions where he can lean on his ball striking. His putter is not a weapon. His around the green game is not a weapon. And although we're just asking, for birdies, I still think in these conditions, even getting to 3 is going to be a tough ask. So I am putting the under on Brendan Steele, 2.5 birdies to get this card started. Now, I may be ahead of myself because you may be watching this and saying, what is this? This looks pretty cool. I've never seen this before. This is No House Advantage. It's an up-and-coming site, and it's a different way that you can play fantasy sports. You're playing in pick'em contests. You can play versus the house. There's always overlay over here. And what you're doing, you're linking up individual matchups. If you hit say 520 extra entry, it's that type of thing, all different sports. And if you are looking to get involved, link in the description, $100 match deposit bonus. Go over there, check it out, get some extra money to play around with. No better time to check out NHA. We've got all these sports going on at the same time. Now, I've kind of alluded to the weather. Let's just get it out there. They're calling for very, very windy conditions today at Torrey South and Torrey North, but I'm focused on the South course. It's already an incredibly long and difficult course. If you add in 30-mile-an-hour winds, we're looking at serious potential for crazy bad scoring. And that is kind of what I'm going for here, starting with Brendan Steele. Let's go and add another pick to the card because we've got a lot of opportunities here. I'm going to land right here with my man Colin Morikawa. Not that one. We're going to keep going. That's the one I want. Because some of these, again, they know what's going on. You can't correlate them. Colin Morikawa, over 73.5 strokes. See, I already had it selected. I'm going to repeat a lot of the information that I just talked about with Brendan Steele. Colin Morikawa is, he's a world's better player than Brendan Steele. He's an elite player, and he's an elite iron player. If you get him off those irons, if he's not hitting greens, it could get pretty ugly pretty fast. And the discrepancy here, even more important, we now care about bogey avoidance. Brendan Steele, he can make a quad on every hole, but if he makes 3 birdies, we're in trouble. Colin Morikawa, if he starts blowing up on bad holes, he can make 5 birdies. We don't care, as long as he makes a couple doubles and maybe a triple. Over 73.5 strokes. We're asking him to shoot 2 over par. It seems lofty. When I saw this, it's like, man, that's going to be tough. But the wind and the course is just such a brutal combination. And Morikawa has really struggled with the short game. You pair that up with a putter that comes and goes, and that's putting it generously. When he doesn't have it, it's a really tough sell for me to think that he can get out of this unscathed. And I'm going to call Colin Morikawa to go over 73.5. We're going to have a couple more. Not a couple more, but there are other opportunities on the board. Last thing before I do, let me take this one other direction, if you like golf betting or you like betting in general, or you just like hanging out and having some fun during tournaments, during games, hop in Insider Access. The link is below. You go there. You can get in and try it out, see what you think. Really recommend it. It's a fun group of guys. We're all sweating the games, talking through plays, live betting, all that kind of stuff. I think you'd really enjoy it. Two up. See if we can get one more in here. There's a lot of different directions you can go. Ultimately, I settled on JJ Spawn over 74.5. Sorry, JJ. I think it could be a tough round for him as well. All of these guys played really well on the North Course. JJ Spawn's been playing very, very good golf. It's not to knock anything except the weather. And I want to be clear. It's not like in normal weeks, I'm not going to say this is not applicable. We are flying blind here, but it's worth it when we're talking about the correlation. If it plays 5 over par average, all of these selections are going to be very advantageous. And that's what we're trying to do here is just sync up 3 that make sense together. And when you do that, just to kind of put a bow on it, I'll bring it up right here. I'll expand it. You get that 5x for these 3. And we're asking just really windy conditions, get dangerous out there, make it difficult on the greens. And I think that JJ Spawn, much like Brendan Steele, much like Colin Morikawa, could really struggle if we see that. He's another player that traditionally doesn't really prefer difficult conditions. Not notoriously a good win. He's not a bad win player, but I don't think of JJ Spawn as some type of win savant. He's playing great golf, and I'm a big fan of JJ Spawn. I just think this situation is so unique, given the weather, that it kind of trumps everything else that I could talk about on this video. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to be taking overs for scores and unders for birdies on NHA today, solely due to the expected conditions at Torrey South. We're going to roll the dice and see where we land. That'll do it, everyone. 3 up, 3 down for second round PGA. Again, shout out to No House Advantage. Get over there, take advantage of what's going on, and stay tuned for even more content each and every day here at Odd Chopper. Enjoy the day, and I'll talk to you all soon.